As it turns out, the doorway to the lost city of Atlantis is buried deep beneath New York City. Hey comic book fans, today we're talking about the Lost City Explorers #1. The following video contains spoilers, so if you haven't read the comic book yet, please be sure to do so. If you like what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button, check out thebrazenbull.com for more great comic book content. Alright guys, we got a new one from Aftershock, the Lost City Explorers #1, written by Zack Kaplan, a favorite of ours. I think it's obvious that all three of us really enjoy Port of Earth, and I think it's safe to say that we were all really looking forward to the Lost City Explorers #1, right?
Yeah, I definitely was.
Yeah, this was, and for me, I couldn't wait to read this. It actually turned out to be different than what I had imagined, but I'm still very pleased. Comic book starts off with a whole lot of action, immediately pulled me in, gave me something to look forward to, and then dialed back the intensity a little bit and just built back up into it as the story progressed. Kind of an ideal first issue for me. I really don't see that many flaws here. We may have been weighed down a little bit. Some of the dialogue was a little too on the nose for me, a little too much.
Yeah, teenage angsty kind of thing.
But other than that, I thought it was a fantastic issue. And like I said, I was looking forward to this, and I'm really happy that it's here now.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. There's a lot of good things about this. We were introduced to Zack Kaplan with Port of Earth, which is a straight-on science fiction, alien invasion kind of thing. And this one is much more the urban fantasy kind of thing, which is quite a departure, but done really, really well.
Yeah, we're kind of going from aliens to ancient aliens here, and I can dig that.
I enjoyed it. I think you're right. I mean, they didn't really there was no screw up, or everything went pretty well. I know you guys had some issue with the dialogue, but for the most part, it didn't really bother me, even though, I mean, you're right, it was pretty spot on for the most part.
Yeah.
You're right, but it didn't bother me in that regard. It wasn't too heavy-handed. I felt you could just kind of gloss over it pretty easily. I mean, you got a pretty good idea of where things are headed. That's just the way it is, and that's okay though. And yeah, it was otherwise pretty good. No big complaints by any means.
No, not at all. I think
but,
too.
I mean, there's a lot they can screw up too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that the series has a ton of potential, and I think too, interestingly, this arc, at least this arc, maybe not the whole series, is going to be centered around Atlantis. Zack Kaplan can just start making up ancient cities for these guys to go and check out. So I think that there's a ton of potential for the series here. But Atlantis is a very interesting starting point.
And I have a feeling that it's more than Atlantis. I mean, they're kind of cagey about how they explain it. Below New York City, below Manhattan, is the remnants of an ancient civilization. But in this ancient civilization was a doorway that led to Atlantis. So I think we're talking about more than one thing here.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of cool. And one of the other things that I really like, if you're going to put something in Manhattan, make it look like it's Manhattan, and they do a really good job of that. Yeah. They take the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it has a great little scene there, and some typical street scenes and stuff like that, and it all adds a kind of contemporary atmosphere that really works.
Mm-hmm. It felt authentic. Yeah, and it's like, I'm interested in these people. The brother and sister don't really get along. The sister doesn't like the brother's fiance. There's the loyal friend who's just trying to go along for the ride here, who's sympathetic, and then they're plunged into what's going to be some kind of interesting quest. And I totally believe the motivations of the characters in terms of why they're going to follow this, these clues. And I'm going to take bets on which one, gets off first. Yeah.
There's that, and I mean, there's a lot, I don't know, to explain. Obviously, there's the dark shady corporation. There's a reason they're funding the research, essentially. What do they plan on getting out of it?
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So be it, whatever this other civilization is, be it actual, ancient Atlantis, or as you say, is it going to be just, an alien place, is it's a portal. Is is Atlantis even really on Earth per se? You know, like you never know what this could be
exactly.
about. It could be anywhere. And so that's interesting. And yeah, what are they getting out of it? And I assume, you know, the usual health, power.
Yeah, some sort of like advanced tech or raw material to power something. Yeah, exactly.
And they have enough potential that they can let the personal story arc, you know, the quest aspect of it, go along for as long as they really want before they need to dig into the whole world building. So there's a good pace that can really be set any way they want. I'm happy to go along for the ride because I want to see how these different characters play against each other. I think that's going to be the main appeal to begin with, and then the mythos, as it gets bigger as we go along, gets us more deeper into the overall story, and I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. And just before we move on, the other thing too I just want to bring up is that, you know, think about Port of Earth. Port of Earth was great, but you know, we've said this before, that the first arc, you know, first 5 issues, whatever it was, you know, Zack Kaplan really just established, you know, the world that the story is taking place in, and then issue number 6, like, story took off. So I think that there's the potential for that to happen again here, that, you know, this first arc, you know, we're going to get glimpses at this lost city. We're going to get glimpses at how powerful, or, you know, how evil this other corporation is, but it's going to take a few issues for the story really to take off. Knowing, you know, what we know now about the issue, and after having read this, and after having read Zack Kaplan's other work, I'm more than willing to wait for it to just take off.
Yeah, unfold, absolutely.
So, all right, guys, I think that's it. This was the Lost City Explorers #1 from Aftershock. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check out thebrazenbull.com for more great comic book content. Until next time.
Bye.
Adios.